Are you stuck in your house with nothing to do? Erin is here to bake with you. Quarantine Baking with Erin.
Hi, and welcome to Quarantine Baking with Erin. Today, we're going to be making shortbread. The reason I picked shortbread today was a couple months ago for my birthday, I got those Walker shortbread cookies, and I've been slowly rationing them to get through quarantine, and I'm running low, so I need to make my own. Also, they have a super long shelf life, so if you want to mail them to maybe your parents who live a couple states away, this would be a good option to do that. I will be working from, again, Claudia Fleming's The Last Course, which is great. And it turns out that shortbread, I've never made it before, but it's not that many steps. So the first step is to take 2 sticks of butter, which is a cup of butter, softened, so I've had it on the counter all morning, and just start creaming the butter. So we'll let that go for a couple minutes. Okay, so our butter is somewhat creamed, and we're going to add in 3/4 cups of powdered sugar. And we'll just let that combine together for a minute. So now that our butter and our sugar are well combined, it should take about 2 minutes. You really want to get them beat and blended well together. We're gonna add, the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons, so that's probably much more than that. That's all good. And then also a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna add that to our flour mixture. So this is a teaspoon of salt into 2 cups of flour. We're just gonna mix that so that when we combine everything together, the salt will be well distributed throughout the mixture. So we'll cream all that together, and then I'll have a fun mess to clean up in a moment. Okay, so now that I have a mess everywhere, this dough should be is well combined. You can see it's really, well, you can't see, but it's almost like sugar cookie dough, but thicker and a little bit more difficult to work with. Oops, let's just cream that in real quick. Make sure it's really well blended. So you can see it is really thick dough. That's probably all good. And so the next step is to take your dough, and you're gonna wrap it in plastic wrap, because I still don't have my bees wrap. Take it, put it in plastic wrap, and then it needs to chill for about 2 hours. If you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up and make some shortbread dough, and then by the time you make it, you're like, I don't feel like baking today, you can freeze the dough, and it'll be good for about 3 months in the freezer. All right, just put this into a little disc. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells like sugar cookie dough, but a lot more, I don't know, vanilla, like less sugary. I don't know, it just smells amazing. But how could it not? It's butter, sugar, and flour. All right, I'm gonna struggle with this, but got our little baby shortbread dough, and this is gonna go into the fridge for about 3 hours. All right, so our dough has been chilling it's been just chilling in the fridge for about 3 hours now. I'm going to unwrap it and place it between 2 pieces of wax paper. And so we're gonna roll it out and cut it. And as I said, I haven't made this before. Ooh, that was loud. It is, I imagine it's also gonna be a little bit difficult to work with because of how thick, how just thick and dense it is. So I'm not entirely sure how thin I'm gonna be able to roll it out. Also, I haven't been able to go to the gym, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be strong enough to roll out this shortbread dough. Who knew that? Wow, oh my. All right, so we've cut the dough in an attempt to be able to smooth it out more easily.
It's breaking though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crumbly dough.
Okay.
I like that the ethos of this show is to just show it how it is, because this is not the cutest segment we've ever done.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that looks quite good.
Yeah, that one's done.
All right. Okay, so we are going to, just because I'm pressed for time, I have a meeting in a few minutes. Shout out to my accounting class. I'm just gonna cut out a few of them and put them in the oven. Plus, I imagine it's gonna take me quite some time to roll out all of this beautiful, lovely dough. So Michael has rolled it out to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, and then you use a pastry cutter to cut out. I guess you could do whatever shapes you wanted, but I'm gonna do as rectangular as I can do, which I assure you they are not going to be uniform by any means. So we will just put these cute little guys onto an ungreased baking sheet. Because they're chilled, they shouldn't spread too much. So you put them on there. You can tell how good I am at geometry and symmetry, given that none of the 4 rectangles I cut out are uniform at all. And then I'm just gonna put some little fork patterns on top just to make it cute. If you were anybody else, you might spend a lot of time making them uniform, and I sometimes wish I were that kind of baker, but I think that, my baking reflects my personality, and a lot of my personality is done is beautiful. So I'm just gonna show everybody how homemade these shortbread cookies can be. And then I did preheat the oven to 300. We're gonna pop these cuties in for 25 to 30 minutes. So I will do that really quickly. Oh, and of course we left the cast iron in because, of course, pop that out. Put these in, and we'll check back in on them after my meeting in about 25 minutes. All right, so our first little batch is done. You can see that that they are not completely evenly baked. There are different shades because they weren't evenly rolled out. That's not a read to Michael. That is just, it's hard to do. So some bakes are gonna be perfect, some bakes are not gonna be perfect. And I can tell you that no matter how these shortbread cookies turn out, I'm gonna eat them in about 2 days. So not too sad about it.
Right. It's time for the final verdict. A little misshapen, but I think on the whole pretty professionally rolled out. You're really gonna like these.
Tastes like shortbread cookies. So what would you give them? Do you like shortbread?
I love shortbread. I would give this a legitimate 15 out of 10.
I'm gonna give them 7 out of 10. Most of those points come from taste because they are not cute, but they're delicious.
I don't feel like You need to rag on me about it.
And it's not a rag on you. Bye.
Well, are you stuck in your house with nothing to do? Erin is here to bake with you. Quarantine baking with Erin.